It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without many food styles to step to, but I'm here so I didn't forget you. Shout out to Rakim, and I ain't here to say rhymes like these. I'm here to show you how to make some macaroni and cheese. All right, enough of that. So we're gonna do some mac and cheese today. It's a real simple technique. It can be done on top of the stove with a saute pan. We're gonna use 4 cheeses. We're gonna use a roasted garlic Parmesan Alfredo sauce. That's gonna be our binder. And then we're gonna use some sharp cheddar cheese. We're gonna use some Swiss cheese. And we're gonna use some Boar's Head Beechwood smoked cheddar cheese. And it's my first time using that smoked cheddar cheese. So I ain't gonna get, you can get it at Publix. But I never used it before. I'm using it first time right now for this video. I'm curious to see how it's gonna come out, but remember, any recipe you can switch it up. You can put whatever type of cheese you want to put, but basically just get the technique and the method out of it. And once the mac and cheese is complete, we're gonna crumble some bacon over the top of it. And for those of you who don't eat pork, you can get some Parmesan cheese, mix it up with some breadcrumbs, and put it on a sheet pan, toast it in the oven, and crumble that on your mac and cheese. But I'm not doing that today. I'm going to use the bacon maybe in another video, because I will be doing some other videos with some different variations on this recipe. This recipe, this technique in its basic and most simplest form. This is just the part 1, but in the next one, we're going to take it to another level. So let's get started. Let's look at the ingredients and let's get this thing started. Yeah. Okay, so in front of us, we have our ingredients that we're going to use. So I like to use Prego roasted garlic Parmesan. As you can see, you can use whatever kind you want, but I like the Prego. And right there, I got some shredded sharp cheddar, some shredded Swiss, and the Beechwood smoked cheddar came in slices, but I just sliced it up. I like to use shredded or slices because it melts better, and with the sauce and the macaroni. And we got some raw macaroni, elbow macaroni, 2 cups. And we got our bacon. I don't necessarily like the way this bacon looks, but it's too late for me to go change it. So I'm gonna have to roll with this. But you get the idea. Just get you some bacon, however much you want to use. You know it's going to shrink, so try to get you 4 or 5 slices on there. And then I got a tablespoon of minced garlic, and I got some light extra virgin olive oil that I'm going to put in the saute pan. I'm going to throw a little bit in the boiling water with the macaroni. I know you can, you should use salt if you wanted your cheese to adhere to the macaroni, but I just put the oil in there because I don't like it all sticking together when I'm going to mix it up in the saute pan. I like it to be looser, But that's me. All right, so there's your ingredients. Now let's get down to the techniques. So right here, I got a 1.5 quarts of water boiling in a pot. That's going to be where I'm going to put my macaroni. And I preheat my oven to 400 degrees for the bacon. All right, now the water is boiling, and it's time to add that macaroni. Here I put half of that jar of the roasted garlic Parmesan Alfredo sauce in this small pot, because you want to get that sauce hot before you add it to your mac and cheese. You don't need that whole jar, but this recipe is like for 2 people. You're probably going to come up with a little extra, and that's all right. Don't worry about it. Yeah, get your bacon in the oven, and you're going to let your bacon stay in there for about 10 minutes at first, just to see where you at, see how far you want it to go as far as how crispy you want it to be. So you start off with 10 minutes and just keep checking it. And it's because bacon cooks differently. Like, these are thick slices, so these may take a little longer than the thin slices would take. So you just want to let it keep rocking until it gets to the crispiness that you like it to be. You want to let this macaroni boil between 9 to 11 minutes. I would go like 9 minutes, because you're going to cook it some more in the saute pan when you're melting the cheese in it. All right, so my timer went off for my macaroni. I'm about to drain it out. But before you drain your macaroni, you better taste one of them and make sure your macaroni is nice and tender. You don't want no crunchy macaroni. All right, so I pulled the bacon out the oven. As you can see, it's nice and crispy. You hear that? That's the sound of crispy bacon. Well done bacon, nice. So all right, so now we're gonna get this thing rolling. Let's put a little oil in the pan. I would say about a tablespoon. All right. Get the fire rolling. And you want to put your tablespoon of minced garlic in there. Let that get hot, start sizzling. You want to sweat the garlic first before you put your macaroni in. I really should have had this pan hot already. Okay, now you can hear that garlic sizzling in there. That's what you want. You can smell it. Nice and fragrant. Turn that flame down just a little bit. Let that garlic sweat. Now you put your 2 cups of that cooked macaroni in there. Toss it around, like so. You get that garlic flavor in your macaroni. But if you don't know how to do that, you can just stir it around with a spoon. It might be a little bit easier for you. Okay. So now, I may not have mentioned it before, but I got equal parts of cheese. I got 4 ounces of the Boar's Head Beechwood Smoked, 4 ounces of the sharp cheddar, and 4 ounces of the Swiss. But you don't necessarily have to use all of this. I just like to have it right there just in case. Now you let your macaroni get hot. You see how lucid it is. You start adding your cheese in there. All that cheese is in there. I forgot, you want to use a spoon because you can't necessarily, and you want to use a non-stick pan, I might add. You don't want this stuff sticking. Now we get our binder in there. Last but not least, our Parmesan. Remember, you should have a non-stick pan, or else it's going to really stick to your pan real bad, and you don't want that. So you got your 4 cheese mac and cheese working, and you want to let it keep going until everything melts together. Now while your mac and cheese is sitting there on a low flame, staying hot, keeping the cheese melted on there, you want to get to your bacon. It's nice and crispy, and just chop it up with a knife. Be careful, don't cut your fingers. It depends on how you like it. I like to make my bacon, I like to chop it pretty coarse because I like big chunky pieces in there. So you got your nice bacon crumble, nice and coarse. You can hear how crunchy it is, right? You hear that? That's some crunchy bacon. There it is. Your 4-cheese mac and cheese that you did in the saute pan on top of the stove. I know that's a lot, but this is just for the video. And I'm going to show you just how creamy that is. See? That's nice. And when you mix that in with the bacon, that's good stuff. And when you eat it, I already tasted it. I ain't gonna lie, I tasted it. It tastes delicious. I got a lot of that smoky flavor in there. If you're not a fan of the smoke, don't worry about it. Just use a different type of cheese. I just wanted to try that out. But this is real cheesy and good. If you're a real fan of mac and cheese, this is a good way to go. And I got some different variations, like I said, and we'll do it another time in another video. Until next time, y'all take care.